I have always been optimistic about Afghanistan, even in the darkest days of the country when, for example, the Taliban had oppressed our people, international terrorism had taken a foothold in Afghanistan, and there was a small resistance that was fighting against huge odds. I still remained active in support of what the Afghan people wanted or deserved, which was freedom and liberty, within the confines of our culture and traditions, especially democracy and human rights, women's rights. Those are the things that I've always stood for, and I think that we have come a long way over the last 14 years accomplishing some of these goals. There's much more to be done, but the trajectory is positive. It has been positive. We need to keep it that way. We need to make sure that we protect the gains of the last 14 years for the Afghan child, for the Afghan woman, for the girl going to college, for the man looking for a job. We need to keep the opportunities alive. We need to make sure that there's hope, and we need to make sure that our people know that tomorrow is a better day. And for all of that, I think that the government has to perform according to the wishes of the people and according to what they have promised the people during the campaign. If we fail to deliver, I think history will be very harsh on us. Immediate challenges facing the national unity government are numerous. We have security challenges in the country. We have an initiative to start a dialogue with the armed opposition, the Taliban and other groups, that hasn't really materialized yet. It's still in progress. We have dire economic constraints and needs. The last year has proven to have been very damaging to the Afghan economy. There's not enough business, there's not enough investment, and there's a lot of joblessness. So the government is very aware of this and has some major plans. We came back from Washington with good news of incentivized assistance to Afghanistan, meaning that we are going to prioritize and focus on very key areas of development and economic boosting of the economy. However, it also has to be part of a strategy. And this means that people have to be put to work. Now, there are other challenges, of course. We want to improve in the areas of governance. We want to increase the rule of law in the country. We want to make sure that we have a cabinet in place that can function properly. And at the end of the day, the whole government to function normally. The peace overtures were one of the part of the first initiatives taken by President Ghani himself as he traveled to different countries and tried to kickstart the peace process. 2 or 3 months down the road, we have had some discussions, not direct with the Taliban, but we have had some side discussions, and Pakistan has shown a willingness and an interest in trying to do its share. And there are some Taliban groups who may be amenable to talks. But overall, I feel that there was probably too much hype and too much optimism at the beginning. We need to sort of bring all of this to a more moderate middle ground based on realities. Realities mean that not all Taliban are going to accept to talk. Some will continue to fight. We have a difficult year ahead. We think that the fighting season is going to be long and hard, and this is why it's so important for our security forces to be ready and to defend the people and the country. We think that there are groups outside of Afghanistan who support the Taliban who also are playing the role of spoilers, and others who may be playing a more constructive role. And it's going to take time for them and their networks of support to come to terms with what peace means. That peace is actually a win-win situation for everyone. That we want the region to prosper and to benefit from it. We want our people, our nations to prosper, and we want violence to, if not totally eliminated, at least be brought down to levels that are manageable and do not hurt our innocent people. So that's the goal, and we also don't think that it's going to be quick, and we don't think that it's going to be that easy. It's going to be a long road, but we are ready for such a long road, and we hope that the other side also feels the same way.